Hey, what's up guys? Steve here. And today we're going to take a look at the 30 highest selling 1988 through 1994 basketball cards from the PWCC weekly auction that ended on August 20th. There was also a decent amount of players featured in some of the lower end auctions, so I also have 28 bonus cards to share with you guys as well. And we'll kick today's list off at number 30 with this 1992 Topps Archives Michael Jordan, card number 52. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $42. Up next at number 29 is this 1989 Hoops Pistons Champions, card number 353. This was a PSA 10 and it also sold for $42 even. Coming in at number 28 is this 1990 Hoops Superstars Hakeem Olajuwon, card number 38. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $43.20. Up next at number 27 is this 1994 SP Championship Playoff Heroes Michael Jordan, card number P2. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $49.20. Coming in at number 26 is this 1991 Upper Deck Bulls checklist featuring Michael Jordan, card number 75. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $50.40. Coming in at number 24 is this 1992 MVP foil Michael Jordan Panini sticker, sticker number 20. This was a PSA 8 and it sold for $55.20. Making his first appearance on today's list at number 23, we get this 1992 Upper Deck McDonald's Shaq rookie, card number P43. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $62.40. Up next at number 22 is this 1991 Upper Deck Michael Jordan, card number 44. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $81.80. Coming in at number 21 is this 1993 Ultra Famous Nicknames Michael Jordan, card number 7. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $88.80. Kicking off the top 20 of today's list is this 1993 Finest Michael Jordan, card number 1. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for just short of $100. We're back to the 1993 Ultra Basketball set at number 19, this time with Jordan's inside-outside insert, card number 4. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $103.20. Up next at number 18 is this 1992 Hoops Michael Jordan, card number 30. This was a PSA 10 and it also sold for $103.20. Coming in at number 17 is this 1992 Upper Deck McDonald's Michael Jordan, card number P5. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $115.20. Up next at number 16 is this 1992 Skybox USA Basketball Michael Jordan, card number 38. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $144. Shaq makes another appearance on today's list at number 15, this time with his 1992 Fleer rookie, card number 298. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $162. Up next at number 14 is this 1989 Hoops Michael Jordan, card number 200. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $168. Coming in at number 13 is this 1992 Upper Deck Michael Jordan, card number 453. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $186. Up next at number 12 is this 1992 Upper Deck Michael Jordan, card number 23. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $192. Coming in at number 11 is this 1990 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 26. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $216. We're sticking to junk wax era Jordans to kick off the top 10, this time with his 1991 Fleer, card number 220. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $240. Up next at number 9 is this 1994 Skybox Emotion Intense Michael Jordan, card number 3. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $264. Coming in at number 8 is this 1988 Edmonds Bulls Michael Jordan, card number 23. This was a BGS 9 and it sold for $312. Up next at number 7 is this 1993 Ultra Michael Jordan, card number 30. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $324. Up next at number 6 is this 1992 Topps Gold Shaq rookie, card number 362. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $960. As you guys can see, this was another Jordan heavy week for the top 30. So I gathered 22 bonus cards from other players, and we'll also end with 6 classic junk wax era Jordans as well. And we'll kick off the bonus cards with this 1991 Upper Deck Magic Johnson, card number 45. This was a CSG 10 and it sold for $37.20. For another Magic Johnson, we get his 1988 Fleer All-Star card, card number 123. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $28.80. For a few Charles Barkleys, we'll start off with this 1990 Hoop Superstars, card number 73. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $36 even. Up next is this 1993 Hoops 5th Anniversary Charles Barkley, card number 169. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $27.60. And looking through the bargain bin, looking for cards for around $10 or less. First up is this 1990 Fleer Charles Barkley, card number 139. This was a PSA 9, and it sold for $10.80. And for our last Charles Barkley bonus card, we get this 1990 Skybox, card number 211. This was a PSA 9, and it sold for $9.60. Up next is this 1988 Fleer Larry Bird, card number 9. This was an SGC 8, and it sold for $31.20. Dennis Rodman will make an appearance in the top 5, but first up is this 1989 Hoops, card number 211. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $21.60. Ran into a couple Grant Hill rookies. First up is this 1994 Skybox Emotion, card number 102. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $26.40. Sticking to the same 1994 Skybox set, we get another Grant Hill rookie with card number 28. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $24 even. And for the last Grant Hill rookie, we get his 1994 Stadium Club rookie, card number 195. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for just short of $20. For another Junk Wax rookie, we get this 1990 Fleer Vlade Divac rookie, card number 91. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $13.20. I did run across one other Larry Bird with this 1991 Skybox USA Basketball, card number 531. This was a BGS 8.5, and it sold for $18 even. Even for these lower end auctions, it does surprise me we don't get to see the human highlight film very often. But I did run across this 1992 Upper Deck featuring Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, card number SP2. This was a BGS 9, and it sold for $12. Up next is this 1990 Fleer Reggie Miller, card number 78. This was a PSA 9, and it sold for $10.80. Going through the bottom of the listing, these last 7 bonus cards were all under $10. And we'll start off with this 1990 Star Picks Tony Kukoc pre-rookie, card number 39. This was a PSA 9, and it sold for $9.60. Up next is this 1991 Skybox Dikembe Mutombo rookie, card number 516. This was a BGS 9, and it sold for $9.60. I was surprised to see the first Scottie Pippen card I ran across was this 1992 Fleer Total D, card number 3. This was a PSA 7, and it also sold for $9.60. I did run across a 5th Grant Hill rookie, but I was going to keep it here with all the bargain bin prices. And next up is this 1994 SP Championship Future Playoff Heroes rookie, card number F3. This was a PSA 9, and it sold for $8.40. For another Junk Wax rookie, we get this 1989 Hoops David Robinson rookie, card number 138. This was a BGS 7.5 and it sold for $7.20. Up next is this 1990 Hoops Muggsy Bogues, card number 50. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $7.20. And for our last non-Jordan bonus card, we get this 1991 Skybox Larry Johnson rookie, card number 513. This was a BGS 9 and it also sold for $7.20. And for our last 6 bonus cards, I gathered up all the classic Junk Wax era Jordans that missed the top 30, and we'll start off with his 1991 Skybox, card number 39. This was a BGS 9 and it sold for $19.20. Up next is this 1991 Upper Deck Magic Johnson versus Michael Jordan, card number 34. This was a BGS 8.5 and it sold for $18 even. Heading back to the 1989 Hoop set, we get Michael Jordan's All-Star, card number 21. This was a BGS 9 and it sold for $15.60. Fast forward a few seasons, we get Michael Jordan's All-Star card from the 1992 Fleer set with card number 6. This was a PSA 7 and it also sold for $15.60. For another All-Star card, we get Jordan's 1990 Hoops, card number 5. This was a CSG 8, and it sold for $9.60. And at the very bottom of the bargain bin, for our last Jordan, we get this 1992 Ultra, card number 216. This was a CSG 8.5, and it sold for $7.20. And Jordan makes another appearance on today's list to kick off the top 5, this time with his 1991 Upper Deck Award winner hologram, card number AW1. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $1,170. Up next at number 4 is this 1988 Fleer Dennis Rodman rookie, card number 43. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $1,530. This is about as rare as it gets at number 3 with this 1989 Yugoslovakian Michael Jordan sticker. This was a BGS 3.5 and it sold for $2,250. Up next at number 2 is this 1988 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 17. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $3,360. And topping off today's list at number 1 is this 1988 Fleer Michael Jordan All-Star, card number 120. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for just short of $4,000. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Go.